what's up, y'all? Big CT here. And, I thought I was going to be done ranting with the Redskins and such. I thought, I thought I was done. But with the way they looked the entire game, there is nothing you can say that can just, well, what they done on the field. They were piss poor. And when they somehow got and the worst part is when they had spark, what did they do as always? When they were on the red zone, they were right there. You know what they did? Of course, kick the field goal. Kick the field goal. That's what they do. That's all. It's what they do. They can't score. Jason Campbell can't score. Todd Collins can't score. This offensive line is a complete joke. Portis, besides that big old run he had, he only made 27 yards. Of course, you guys say, oh, he had 100 yards. Yeah, because of that big run he had. Take that away. He was not productive. Oh, you know what? This team isn't even close to productive. You have wide receivers, which the second round draft picks of Fred Davis, Malcolm Kelly, and Devin Thomas, the three, the most three useless young players ever. I mean, seriously, they're the legacy of the NFL. I'm talking about legacy. I'm talking about one of the most worst stables, the worst groups in history and in pro wrestling. These three draft picks, second round draft picks, Fred Davis, Devin Thomas, and Malcolm Kelly, they are the worst. The absolute worst second round draft picks, not only in Redskin history, but in NFL history. They're that bad. And the worst thing about it is, they could have picked up an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman or something. Hell, they picked up a defensive lineman, but yet, no, here's the brilliant idea. They put him a linebacker. That's brilliant, right? Because they had a good linebacker once and they chased him out of town. We all know who he is, but I'm not going to say much. Let's just say I'll put the link to his Twitter and have his feelings up what he's thinking about. It's just sad. It's just, they have inept ownership, inept play calling by Jim, he's only a quarterback coach, Zorn. And their play, offensive line, their whole quarter, they need to completely revamp. And I love Campbell, but he wasn't doing anything. And you know what the sad part is? It's not all of his fault. When you have a completely and utterly crappy offensive line, you can actually play exactly. When you have garbage, and you treat it like garbage, if you eat nothing but garbage, you will become garbage. And that is what the Redskins are. They are completely and utterly garbage. They are garbage. The entire franchise is garbage. And you know what? The only chance, if they fire him on, they bring a coach, it's going to be the same thing. The only chance to really fix this franchise is to actually just completely get rid of the owner, but he's not going to get rid of the owner. I'm hoping maybe that he loses so much money in this that people just stop going to games and just completely have the team just, lose every freaking, just completely and utterly just, he lose all the money, then he loses a team and get an owner that actually, has like a GM, a coach, someone like a Mike Cemetery, something like that, something with consistency. But no. Here's what I can break down to you. Next year, Jason Campbell leaves. He goes to a place like San Francisco. He's going to go and be successful, much better off than he is now. You're going to see most of the players, they're going to leave because either they're going to be, they're going to have their contracts eaten up by this whole uncapped year, or they're just going to Daniel Snyder I don't know how they're just going to, maybe they're just going to bench them all. But you know what? Because what coach is going to come here? I don't see any coach come here. The fact of it, when you have Jim Zorn as your coach, they couldn't find They couldn't get Jim Fossil. No offense to Jim Fossil, but if they couldn't get him, that's why they elevated Jim Zorn to offensive coordinator, to the head coach. They can't find a head coach. They can't. The head coaches, past and present, are not going to come into this league. No one. Holmgren doesn't want to come here. Cowell doesn't want to come here. No one wants to come here because the little Danny boy's running the show, and his boy Vinny keeps running the show. Both of these two running the show. They're not going to do anything. So for the next 30 or 40 years, this franchise is going to keep doing it, completely and utterly fail. And the sad part is, they're the second grossing team in the NFL. The second highest grossing team in the NFL. But you know what? You get what you pay for. And maybe, just maybe, I'm not saying a boycott, but if people just really, if the free market really does work, maybe if people stop buying and people stop going, they'll actually change and do something. I really hope Bound for Glory can really fix my mood out. It's Duke CT here. Peace and love. I will, the next video will be my Bound for Glory review. God, I hope this one makes me feel better. Peace.